looks. I went straight to a room 301 on the third floor. Now I was glad I'd gone on that little tower because I knew excitedly where to go and didn't have to look up once. I noticed that some kids were definitely staring at me now. I did my thing of pretending not to notice. I went inside the classroom and the teacher was writing on the chalkboard while all the kids started sitting at different desks. The desks were in a half circle facing the chalkboard, so I chose the desk in the middle toward the back, which I thought would make it harder more for anyone to stare at me. I still kept my head way down, just looking up enough from under my bangs to see everyone's feet. As the desks started to fill up, I did notice that no one sat down next to me. A couple of times someone was about to sit next to me, then changed his or her mind at the last minute and sat somewhere else. Hey August, it was Charlotte giving me her little wave as she sat down at a desk in the front of the class. I don't know. Hey, I said, nodding hello. When I noticed Julian was sitting a few seats away from her, talking to some other kids, I know he saw me, but he didn't say hello. Suddenly, Jack was sitting down next to me. It was Jack Will. Jack, what's up? He said, nodding at me. Hey, Jack, I answered, waving my hand, which I immediately wished I hadn't done because it felt kind of uncool. Okay, kids. Okay, everybody settle down, said the teacher, now facing us. She had written her name, Mrs. Petusia, on the chalkboard. Everybody find a seat, please come in, she said to a couple of kids who had just walked in this room. There is a seat there, and right there. She hadn't noticed me yet. Now the first thing I want everyone to do is stop talking, and she noticed me. Put your backpacks down and quiet down. She had only hesitated for a millionth of a second, but I could tell the moment she saw me. Like I said, I'm used to it by now. I'm going to take attendance and do the setting chart. She continued sitting on the edge of her desk. Next to her were three neat rows of accordion folders. When I call your name, come up and I'll hand you a folder. with your name on it. It contains your class schedule and your combination lock, which you should not try to open until I tell you to. Your locker number is written on the class schedule. Be forewarned that some lockers are not right outside this class, but down the hall, and before anyone even thinks of asking. No, you cannot switch lockers, and you can't switch locks. Then if their time and the end of this period, we are all going to get to know each other a little better, okay? Okay. She picked up the clipboard on her desk and started reading the names out loud. Okay, so Julian Albans, she said, looking up. Julian raised his hand and said, "Here," at the same time. "Hi, Julian," she said, making a note on her sitting chart. She picked up the very first folder and held it out to him. "Come pick it up," she said, kind of no nonsense. He got up and took it from her. "Examine your chin,"